Hello and welcome to this tutorial on newsletter settings. The Plimus Newsletter System is designed to help you build an ongoing relationship with your customers and to help you sell more. Let's start by clicking on the newsletters link from the right hand side of our control panel homepage. The first time you use the system, you'll need to set up your mail server preferences. This is a one-time operation, and you can set up more than one server address if required. Plimus can recommend email server services if you need. Just contact our vendor support. There are three main steps to sending a newsletter on Plimus. Firstly, defining a recipient group, and then building your newsletter in text or HTML, and finally, you need to proceed to publication, which sets a date and time for sending the newsletter. The system also provides basic reporting information. Let's quickly review the main steps you need to take. We'll start with recipient groups. Click on recipient groups and then click on create report. We now need to select the report that best suits our needs. The reports we can select for newsletters are marked conveniently by an asterisk. We're going to choose the sales report in this instance. We can define the report by product and contract, and we'll set the date as well. In this instance, we'll use the calendar to go to the beginning of the month and then press Run Report. We next have to then decide whether to set the report by static or dynamic recipient group. Dynamic updates the group immediately before sending. Static determines the group based on the report you generate at this point in time. We'll choose dynamic in this instance, and we'll give the report a new name. You can add further details, but you must remember to press submit. We now see that our new report has been added to the recipient groups list. The next step is to set up our newsletter. We'll click on newsletters to do this. We'll create a new one, but we would have the option of using a previously made newsletter if we so wished. We'll give the newsletter a name, and we'll remember to add in from and subject fields. You also need to decide whether you're going to send a text or HTML newsletter. The system lets you add a coupon if you so require, and there's an area for testing. Just put in your relevant email and press test. The system also lets you add custom tasks if you need. For instance, we can simply add here our phone number. Remember to save your work by pressing the submit button at the end. And our newsletter has been added to the newsletter list. As you'll see from the static step-by-step notes below, you can also add all sorts of HTML to have a fully customized email. Next, we need to create a publication. We'll click on the publications link to start this process. We'll create a new one by pressing create and give it a name. We can select the newsletter we wish to send and the target recipient group. We'll use the ones that we've just created. And now we need to set the date and time for our newsletter. We'll change the time here, but you should remember the times are quoted on US Pacific time, so you need to calculate your required publication times carefully. Next, press submit to save. The newsletter is now ready to be sent at the time specified. Prior to sending the mail, the system will show the newsletter as pending. After sending, you can click the monitor results to check open rates and so forth. That's really all there is to it.